guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. So in today's lesson I'm gonna show you how we can make our code faster and easier to read. Okay, so as you will work on complex projects later, you will see that you need to have a code that is easy to be read. Okay, and that's why I'm gonna show you some improvement that we can do in our code. Okay, so first of all, I noticed that here the value was 149 and not 140, so please change this number to 149, and if you want we can relaunch our app. So as you can see today, I decided to work on the iPhone XS, but you can remain on the XR if you want. It's not a big deal. Okay. So first of all, what I wanna show you, it's that it's very inconvenient to have to write over 255 every time that we fill in with the new color. Okay, and we also know that the alpha value always remain to 1. So what we can do is to create a function which will be look like this one, but which will be simpler. Okay, so here in this side you're going to create a new group and call it utilities. Okay, like this. Then you're going to create a new file and select Swift file and name it extensions. Okay, so you will see maybe later on your personal projects that you have to create some other files to organize your code. Okay, so here once it's created, as we want to work on a UI color object, we need to import the UI kit. Okay, then you have to write extension and you call the UI color like this. Here you are going to write static for this function. Okay, then you're going to write function and call it RGB for the name of our function. Okay, and this function has to return a UI color like this. Okay, that's what we are expecting. Then here, as we put an arrow, do not forget to write return, which means that this is the result expected. Return UI color, this one. Okay, cool. So now we are going to do some logic together. So here we are expecting three values. Okay, the red one, the green one, and the blue one. So what we can do is to select that. Okay, and copy paste it into the parentheses like this. Cool. Okay, and then we know that in the return value we expect the parameters. Okay, so copy paste them here like this. And as said before, the alpha value will always remain to 1, so you can write 1 like this. Cool. So here we know that these parameters are type of CG-float, so you can write CG-float, and finally CG-float. Okay, cool. And as you know, in the return value expected, here we have to divide by 255, okay? Like this. And now that our function is completed, we are good to go. So you can press Command B to make this function taken into account by Xcode, okay? And now if we go back to view controller, and if we write here button dot background color is equal to UI color dot RGB, okay? And here is our function. Maybe I'm gonna make the font a little bit bigger for you guys, and here you can see that we only have to write 149 204 and here 244, and that's it. So we can remove this line now or comment it and relaunch our app, okay, by pressing Command R. And as you can see, it works perfectly, okay? So that was the first thing I wanted to show you, okay? But another thing that you can learn today is that if you don't want to show the parameter names, you can put here an underscore like this, okay? And if we go back to view controller and press Command B, Xcode tells you to remove to replace these parameter names, okay? So it's up to you to choose which way you want it to show your function into your application, okay? But I will let the names, it's more convenient, okay? Like this. Cool. So if we go back to view controller, the next thing I want to show you today is that instead of writing all these lines, we're going to create a function that allows us to only fill constraints directly, okay? So first of all, what we can do is to take the plus photo button constraints and put them in here into the setup input fields function, because it has nothing to do in the viewDidLoad method. And now we can work with that, okay? So we are going to create a new extension which is gonna be a function anchor like this, okay? So first of all, we're going to start by working on this line, okay? So as you can see, it expects two parameters, this one and this one, okay? And here, as you can see, when I click on to top anchor, you see that it's type of NS layout y-axis anchor, okay? So here top will be type of NS layout y-axis anchor, and the padding top will be CG-float, type of CG-float, okay? And here we can write top anchor dot constraints, and here you can just simply put the parameter, okay? And here padding top, cool. And do not forget to activate it like this, okay? And Now we can remove this line and here we can say stack view dot anchor and simply write plus photo button dot button anchor and here 20. Okay, and I'm going to relaunch my app and see if it works. Yes, as you can see, it worked perfectly. Cool. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other constraints. Okay, so here you can write left ns layout x anchor, so this time it's the x-axis anchor. Okay, here we're going to say bottom ns layout y-axis anchor. Okay, cool. Then we're going to write the padding constants. Okay. Cool. Then obviously we will have to rewrite this this method, but before doing that I want to show you that we don't use all these parameters. Okay, as you can see, we don't have any bottom anchor in here, so we can make this parameters optional, okay, by putting some question marks, and that means that we don't have to fill in all of these parameters. Okay, cool. But as we have put a question mark here, we need to unwrap it to say that here it's compulsory. Okay, so you have two ways to do that. Either you put an exclamation mark, okay, or you can simply unwrap it. So if let top equal top, that means we first check if it exists, then we can perform this line of code. Okay, like this. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for the other parameter. So if left is equal left, then left anchor dot constraint, this one left, and here padding left. Don't forget to activate it. If let bottom is equal to bottom, is equal to bottom, and here padding bottom, and as we know that the bottom constant and the right constant are negative, we're going to put minus sign next to it. Okay, like this. Okay, so I think it's this one, right, and here minus padding right. Okay. Okay. So we can comment these two lines now and rewrite our function stack.anchor. Okay, so here it's plus photo button dot bottom anchor. Left will be this one. So left is view dot left anchor. Bottom is nil. Right is view dot right anchor. Padding top it's 20. Padding left is 40. Padding bottom 0 and padding right is 40 as well. Okay, just like there. And now if I relaunch my app, we should be good to go. Cool, perfect. So we can remove these two lines as well. Okay, and we're also going to to render our function more flexible by putting the height and the width parameters. Okay, so here you can write width to be type of CG float and height to be type of CG float as well. Okay, and in here you can write if, as here we're dealing with numbers, if you prefer. Okay, we have to say if width is different. Okay, that sign mean different to 0, that means it exists. Then width anchor dot constraint is equal to width. Okay, like this. Don't forget to activate it. And same thing for the height. So if height is different to 0, then height anchor dot constraint is equal to height. Okay, cool. And in here, either you can rewrite another time all the function, or you can simply press the error button and Xcode will fix the function for you. So here you're going to say it's 0 and here it's 200, this one. Okay, so we can remove these lines and relaunch our app. Cool, as you can see it works. Nice. One other thing that I want to show you is that instead of writing this this property every time, you can simply put it in here by saying translate auto resizing mask into constraints equal to false, and now we don't need to write it here. Okay, so I'm going to relaunch the app and see if it works correctly. Nice. We're going to do the same thing for our plus button. Okay, so in here you can say plus photo button dot anchors. Here the top anchor is view dot save layout guide dot top anchor. Okay, this one. The left is nil, bottom is nil, right is nil, padding top is equal to 20. So here you can write 20. Padding left is 0, padding bottom 0, padding right 0. The width is equal to 140. Okay. And the height is equal to 140 as well. Okay, like this. So we're going to relaunch our app and see if it works. And as you can see, everything is perfect. So we can remove these lines as well. And I think I'm gonna let the center X anchor like that, okay? And okay, and as these four objects are included into the stack view, we don't need to put this line now. Okay. And concerning this one, it as we use this function, it's already written here, so we can also remove it from there like this and relaunch our app one last time. Okay, cool, very nice. So that's all for today, guys. I'm just gonna cut the extension in here and put it into the extensions file, okay, like this. Cool. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for this course. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it thumbs up and to subscribe if it's not the case yet. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.